Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Both of your papers are talking about this grave concern, the crisis level of crime in Barbados and the young people who are committing the crimes and the young people who are dying from the crimes. Both of them are in a state because it seems as though there was some research done, and even in Barbados today, they talk about the rate, the reoffending rate and recidivism. I've never heard you use that word until I did, but neither here or there. But yeah, they talk about recidivism and the age, 16 to 18, the average age of people committing murders. And you didn't hear, probably the families did, but you, the public, you didn't hear about the three, 12-year-olds who were robbing people. You didn't hear about that, did you? I heard that one was at going to Lodge School, and the others didn't get much info, but they're saying, I heard that three young people, you heard what I said, right? 12, okay? Not even teenager, 12. Were committing crime, but all three of them, they were saying, were in some sort of school. They had no mom or no dad, and they were being raised by the government. But when these people talk, when you have these experts, Cheryl Willoughby, and there was another one here in Barbados today, or maybe it's in this one. What's her name? Lisa Juggermouth. When these people talk, they have to give it to you in a way that you don't cancel them. They don't want to be canceled, because when they go to give their resume or their curriculum vitae to the university there in Barbados, they want to be able to work, so they cannot say what they should say. Okay? You cannot in any world rip people from where they are. You take them, you steal them, and you bring them to a different place, and you put them there, and you RAPE them, and you abuse them, and you do whatever you do to them. You make them shadow the first stock market. And don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. The stock market was slaves in the first stock. Your commodities, you were slaves, chattel. And what happened was they changed you. You are changed. You can't be what they now want you to be. Domestication. I say you cannot cancel me because you don't pay me. I don't get paid to do this, okay? So I cannot be really canceled, not by you, but maybe the engine I'm on, but not by you, because like I said, you don't give up any of the little money you have to say, oh, here, Sherry Veronica, you're doing a good job. Keep on doing what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. No. No, so you can't cancel me. So I can tell you that with what happened to you, you are changed. You are changed, okay? And it raised its head in America when they were starting to count, when they were doing the count for votes and that kind of stuff. And it was like, oh God, you can't have the slaves being counted as one vote. No, let's 5/8, maybe. You need three of them to vote to make it one vote. They recognized that you weren't the same. They recognized that you weren't the same. When you pluck someone, you steal them, you rob them from their lives. And they weren't just poor people. They took people that had skills because they needed you to build for them. They needed you to build their kingdom, okay? And you should ask yourself, what gave them that power? How did it get into their heads that they could do something like that? Okay, they did it. And you still like them. You like it because I've never heard anyone in my life talk like Bajans. Oh, I love being a Bajan. I love being from Barbados. What you're saying is you love being from chattel slavery. You love being the first stock market. You love being slaves. You love that you came from slaves. I've never ever, when I sit and listen to Bajans talking about how proud you are to be a Bajan, you are actually, you are lighting up the hearts of your colonial masters. It probably beats a little fat. Oh, they still love us. They love what we did to them. They don't have a problem with what they went through. Do you know what you went through? Do you know what happened to you? Do you know how lesser of a person you are when you say you are happy to be a Bajan, you're proud to be a Bajan? Do you realize what it takes you forgetting? What it takes for you not to recognize, for you to say as a black person that you're proud to be a Bajan? Do you realize what it takes for them not to teach you? Do you understand what you are not being taught? But young people, like I say, a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. You can't be any better than the original. You can't be any better than the ones that they plucked out of Africa. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, and they're not teaching you your history. You are comfortable where you are. Some people leave Barbados and say, I can't wait to get back. I can't wait to get back to Barbados. Do you understand how they have fixed your mind? They got your mind. Have you ever heard someone say, oh, I got her mind, I got his mind? Do you understand how the colonial masters must have captured your minds for you not to recognize where you are and where you came from, and for you to stand up? You know, when you recognize something and your gait, your stance comes to an attention. You raise yourself up. Your chest pushes up a little bit more. Your head pushes up like there's a light pulling you up, and you straighten up a little bit more because your synapses, everything is falling right back into place. Okay, your chakras are being realigned because you just recognized something. You just realized something. You had an epiphany. Okay? Do you realize that you don't have that? That you've never properly had that? For you to say that you are a proud Bajan, for you to say that you are proud that you came from slavery and that your ancestors were slaves, do you realize what they had to have done to you for you to say that? I don't think you do. But anyhow, this is not going to get any better. Because a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy, and they're teaching you bad history because they don't want to get canceled. They do not want you to cancel them. They want to keep you where you are. They want to keep you saying that you're a proud Bajan, and they want to keep you paying taxes, and they want to ride that gravy train. That's what's happening to you. You're being ridden. You're being taken for a ride. You're paying for the gas. You're paying for the car. Someone's just taking you for a ride. Anytime you say that you are a proud Bajan, it is music to the 5%ers. They love it. It's music to Europe. Music to their ears that you have not learned anything from what has happened to you. You sit there, right there where it has happened, and it's boiling over. It's boiling over. You see it in your youngsters, and you're blaming them. You're blaming young people for acting normal within the circumstances they found themselves in. They probably don't even know why they're behaving the way they're behaving. But it's normal for them to behave that way. They're worked up. They're striking out. There's an angst. There's something going on inside of them, and you're not teaching them their history. It's a copy of a copy. You're having kids without even having money, and you're doing the same thing over and over and over. All you're doing is supplying the 5%ers slaves. That's all you're doing. You are continuing what was wholesale 300-400 years ago. You're continuing doing that, and then you don't expect a fallout. That's the puzzle to me. I sit here and I say, how could this be? How in the world could it be that you don't recognize, you don't see the state of affairs that you're in? You don't detect it. The smell is stink, but you don't smell it because you're right in it. You're right in it, so you don't even smell the odor that's coming out of a beautiful looking place to look at Barbados. It's a pretty island. But what has happened there? How did you get there? How did you get there? And why does your mind want you and make you say, I'm proud to be here? How? How? How does your mind make those words come out of your mouths? The fact that you were the first stock market, it started in New York City. They were selling you the stock. The masters used to say, go in the barns, put you in the barns. Yeah, just do it. Just do what you need to do. We need more stock. We need more stock. And you are proud that you came from that? You are proud that you came from that? And even when I first recognized it, and I said, someone needs to study what's going on in Barbados. Someone needs to go to Barbados and study what is going on there, because that ain't normal. It's like a subculture. It's not normal. It's not normal. Now you're having researchers looking at things. Now they're talking about the 63% recidivism, because they're saying 63%. It's not. It's more than that. And you see, you have to know it. You have to know that all they do is come out and they realize, well, I have to switch up the game. It's still a game. They're still robbing you, lying to you, cheating you. But they do it within the confines of, like, your home, for instance. They would do it on the beach. Like when they go on the beach and they proposition someone that came on the island, a foreigner. They're still doing the same things. They're still smoking the marijuana. You're talking about recidivism, and they're smoking. In fact, you can have someone in your news talking to the reporter, and they have a spliff in their hands. Not that I think that there's anything wrong with it, but it is, as I speak now, it is against the law. It's illegal. It's illegal. These are people that that you look up to. These are people, murderers, arpists, SA, people who commit crimes on children. Those are your heroes. Those are people that you look up to, and you send them to the forefront. But you want something done, you have no one else. You have nothing. You have nothing. You're proud to be a Barbadian, so you'll have nothing. Anytime you say, I'm proud to be a Barbadian, you have nothing. And you're going to have nothing until you start to look at what you're saying, the words, the spells that you're using, the words that you're using, until you start to look at yourselves and start to recognize something is wrong here. Something is wrong here. And then you start to look at the genesis of it. How did we get here? How is Barbados our home? Where were the people? Where are the people who were in Barbados? Where are the indigenous peoples of Barbados? Like the Caribs? Where are they? What happened to them? And then we are saying, oh, this is our home. Barbados is our home. This is our rock. Where'd you get the gumption to say that you can steal someone's home and then insert yourself there and then think that karmic energy is not going to come down and pay you a visit? Do you care about the Caribs? Do you care about the history of how you got there? Do you care that still to this day, Bajans go to England and come back with titles from the people who held you enslaved and made you the first stock market? Do you care? It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better. You are a copy of 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 a copy. It's not going to get any better until you reach back in time and start to look at the history of how you got there and why you're so comfortable there. And maybe you shouldn't have kids there. Maybe you shouldn't do certain things there. Maybe some places need to be pulled down there. Until you start to think like that. I know it sounds kind of radical, but until you start to think like that, things are not going to get better in Barbados. All these people that you see here, these founding director, all these people that you give, they like names, like they give themselves titles. All those people don't want to be canceled, and they give it to you in a soft. They're giving you like cereal. You're not getting hard food. They can't give you like yam, and they can't give you hard food to eat yet. Everything they do and everything they say is like a soft cereal. And they have a spoon, and they say, open, and they put it in your mouth, cereal. You don't even have to chew, just have to swallow it. Just have to swallow it. That's what you're getting, and that's what they're doing to you, because you are not even capable of eating hard food. You can't take the hard fats. You can't. You can't. Anytime you say you are a proud Bajan, it is music to the hearts of your masters. This is Sherry Veronica.